up, you guys? Welcome back to the Kordial Media YouTube channel. My name is Adriana and I help Shopify e-commerce businesses and content creators drive traffic and sales utilizing Pinterest marketing agency Kordial Media. Today's video, I'm going to walk you through my updated launch strategy for a new ad account. I pretty much use this strategy on the majority of the new accounts that I launch because it's the most effective that I've seen and it's pretty updated and modern for what Pinterest offers today. So without further ado, I'm gonna walk you through my tutorial on the computer. Make sure to subscribe before we dive in if you enjoy my videos and you would like to hear more from our agency. So with that, let's dive into the video. Okay, so this is what I like to launch first. So I'm gonna go over here, create campaign. And typically I always like to test a broad conversion campaign that is performance plus. It doesn't work for everybody, but it works for most people. And so it's one that I've always liked to test to see whether or not it's going to perform. So I like to name it that. You set it to active, you give it a daily budget. I would not launch any campaigns under $25 a day for conversion. It's a bit too low otherwise, conversion and catalog. But yeah, the next thing that I like to do, if there's a promotion going on, you can add this here. If you're wondering how to use this, like you and I can chat on a call. I'll link my calendar below. But for now, let's leave it empty. Next, you want to add your country that you're going to be targeting. Make sure to only add one country. Don't add multiple in a campaign or in an ad group. After that, I typically leave it on all ages unless it's like an age-restricted product. And then I go ahead and I select checkout. There are a couple more techniques too that I like to launch in here. So first of all, it's a good idea to exclude checkouts in the last 90 days or whatever the time frame you choose, because that way you're really making sure that the algorithm is going after new buyers and not old buyers. And then lastly, you want to go ahead and create your ads over here or select your ads that you're going to launch. So I'm just going to choose one for now. From here, you're pretty much good to go. So this is my first strategy. I'm just going to launch it on pause. Or actually, if you want to launch it on active, you can launch it on pause. If, like, let's say you want to add more creatives and then you want to come back to it, you can definitely just launch it on pause and then come back to it. So I would click publish over here and it would go ahead and go under review for Pinterest to approve. That's the first campaign I like to launch. The second one that I like to launch is a interest in keywords conversion campaign. The difference here is that I'm going to turn off performance plus, keep it at the same daily budget, 25 should be the minimum, and also exclude checkouts in the last 90 days, or if for you it makes more sense to exclude checkouts in the last 30 days, you could do that. Yeah, it just depends on your type of business. And then from there, you want to choose interests that are relevant for your business. Ideally, you would choose level 2, so these, not these, or even level 3 interests. If you choose too broad, it's not ideal. If, for example, you have like a home decor business, then you could definitely choose a level 2 and level 3 interest under the home decor interest only. If you have a fashion business or like a wedding planning business, for example, you could choose a little bit between the wedding interest and like the event planning interest, for example. And of course, you want to add a list of keywords. It says 25 minimum, but I like to aim for between 75 and 100. Again, all of which should be relevant to your product that you're publishing and you're going to be promoting. In the demographics, I always choose all because broader is better. And then your location should also be selected specifically. I always suggest that you select the one country per ad group, because if you add more, it just confuses the algorithm a little bit. Next, you want to make sure it's on the checkout conversion event. The bidding is automatic or performance plus. And you would add in your creative over here too. Again, best practice for any conversion campaign is between 2 and 4 creatives per ad group per campaign. I typically only launch 1 ad group in every campaign because of campaign budget optimization. But for whatever reason, if you wanted to test 2 ad groups in a campaign, you definitely could, but you would just keep it at 4 creatives per ad group. The third campaign I like to launch is a catalog sales campaign. So you would go over here, you would give it a daily budget. You could apply a promotion if you wish, and then you would choose a product group. So the product group strategy will really vary from ad account to ad account. This is something that you would have to do some market research on to decide whether or not you want, like, which one makes the most sense for you. So I will leave it blank here for now, but you could be choosing anywhere from 1 to 5 product groups, although at $25 a day budget, 5 is probably too many. But you could choose up to 2, but you have to be really careful because some of them can compete against each other and therefore the campaign would not spend its full daily budget. So these are all strategy things that we would talk about more specifically for your business, or that you would have to research for your business. But this is the section where you would choose the product groups. Next, I always like to exclude an audience to the checkout audience. The targeting is always the same like the previous campaigns. You could keep it at add to cart, but if you wanted checkouts, you would keep it at checkouts, and then you would go ahead and publish. That's the third campaign. The fourth campaign I like to do is a retargeting. So I like to keep the majority of the budget going to top of funnel. So the first 3 campaigns we talked about were top of funnel. And then like a much smaller amount, maybe a quarter of your total budget would go to retargeting. So under retargeting, what you would change is this. You would just click dynamic retargeting. I always choose the biggest window, and that's basically the only change you would make here. The product group strategy might also change depending on your type of business and what's available. So next you would click publish and you would be good to go. Those are my 4 campaigns that I like to launch with when I do any ad account. But honestly, for every ad account, I have to get in and do the market research, especially for the creatives, in order to evaluate whether or not this strategy would work for you or if a better strategy is available to you. If you need help figuring out how to set up your Pinterest campaigns, let's chat. You and I can get on a call. You can book my calendar. It'll be linked in the description box below. We chat about your business, your Pinterest ad account, and we kind of see whether or not we're a fit to work together. If you have a question or comment about anything we talked about today, feel free to leave it in the comment box below as well. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.